Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've all been wondering where is the TEW videos. We are back today with Total Extreme Wrestling here for our TNA playthrough, continuing on. We're not going anywhere, we're not done. As you guys, well, seems as though a lot of you guys didn't know, we are doing a, well, we went on a bit of a week hiatus with the new game coming out. I kind of let you guys know last episode, but a lot of you guys kept asking me the question, so, yeah, well, who knows. But anyways, we're back with more Total Extreme Wrestling, and we have done another episode of Impact in between the last episode. We've got one more to go, and then we have our pay-per-view. So today, we're going to get to our pay-per-view, we're going to show you this pay-per-view, and we're going to keep on moving along from there. Couple of things that's been going on. I don't know if I showed you guys, but we did get a new television deal. So let's take a look at that and show you guys what's kind of going on there. So you can see our current coverage is pretty good. Very big in the US, big in Canada. Struggling to get anything in any other country though. Australia, Japan, Mexico, England, and in Europe, we just can't really land anything there. It's not really our fault. It just takes a long time to grow, and if you don't have a TV deal in those areas, it's nearly impossible to grow. Looking at our broadcasting, so let's take a look at Spike TV. Spike TV, as you see here, gives us a medium coverage in the US and in Canada. Pretty good. The bonus really for this TV deal is with the US and Canada at the same time. Now we've gone ahead and signed a new deal, and we've gone with MTV. So MTV2, their coverage is very big, but it doesn't have Canada. So this was the risk that we kind of had to take. We had to take a later time slot. So I don't personally know if this is going to be better or worse for us. In the long run, it could be better because we could get to a better time slot and get our ratings way higher. We are missing out on Canada though. So we do miss out on that. Canada though, the reason why I decided to say, okay, let's not worry about Canada right now. You can see our growth is in Canada. Look at the size, 12, 17, 20, 17, 14, 15, 18. That's Canada. Very, very slow growth and very, very minute of an audience. And you can see the growth here. We started at 15, 16. We've only really been able to move to late 19 to early 20s in popularity. So it is a steady growth. It's not terrible, but it's not ideal, and it's not worth keeping if we can potentially get a better deal elsewhere. So that's why we've gone with that, and hopefully the very big won't cost us. Now our deal will come into play in about 1 month's time. I believe our Spike deal will be ending. So 3 months for Explosion and 28 days for our regular Impact show. So about a month to go, and then we start our new MTV deal, which we've got on both Explosion and on Impact, which is good to see. So let's hope that that does in fact benefit us and improve our ratings. We did of course do one more extra show. Let's take a look at those results. So we started off with the Impact show, 84 rated. Now we tried a couple of different things here. It was a while since I did this, so bear with me. But we brought up the Shield for a pre-show match to see where they're at. They took on Axel Rotten and American Kickboxer, just a couple of indie guys. You probably know Axel Rotten. But what I noticed in that match is Seth Rollins performed really, really well. Really well. Dean Ambrose, not so much. So, certainly Ambrose may be a little bit longer in developmental. We could bring up Seth Rollins pretty soon if we wanted to. We did New Age Outlaws promo on Team Canada, Gal Kim promo. Started the show off with Paul Heyman, hyping up Goldberg, so kind of introducing his client there. So, establishing that relationship between the two. That came off really well. 90, and I think Heyman gained a bit of popularity too. Team Canada beat the New Age Outlaws by DQ, so Team Canada the next contenders for the tag titles. Rhino beat Alex Skipper as well. Scott Steiner beat Prince Devitt. So we wanted to give Prince Devitt an opportunity, and he took on Steiner. Not a bad match. Devitt obviously very much so lacking behind, but just a way to get him some more exposure. We had Alyssa Flash and Rebecca Knox defeat Beth Phoenix and Sarah Del Rey. Kings of Wrestling, they defeated Austin Aries and Roderick Strong. 86 rated match. Very, very good match between these two teams, and that is very exciting for the future. And then afterwards, we had our main event was Jeff Jarrett beating Hiroshi Tanahashi. So that's a big call. We put Tanahashi in the main event because we wanted Jeff Jarrett to get a win, but we didn't really want to sacrifice any of our other baby faces. So we gave Tanahashi a bit of an opportunity to see how he goes in a big match situation, and he did pretty decent. Not amazing, but pretty decent. Jeff Jarrett pretty much carried him to that type of result, but still, you can't really complain too much. It was a decent effort. So let's take a look at Paul Heyman. 74 now popularity. I think he was a little bit lower than that, so that was a nice little boost for him. So we now need to get ready for our next couple of shows and our pay-per-view. And looking at our storylines, you know, we've got some good ones established. Abyss and Sting still, Goldberg and Jarrett. We've got a few other ones, you know, Samoa Joe and AJ. We need to do a little bit more with that one this episode. Matt Morgan and Rhino, still establishing that one. So we started off a few new rivalries, and so far so good on a lot of them. So I'm pretty pleased. Oh yeah, of course, our Explosion show as well. It was 73 rated. Ron Killings beat Shannon Moore. Monty Brown beat Samurai del Sol, so Kalisto. We brought him up because he apparently wants to move to the main roster. So I wanted to test him out, see how he went, and he did okay. 69. Monty Brown more so carried it. So Sarita beat Jazz, and the Insane Asylum, which I believe is Test and Kevin Thorne, beat Sonjay Dutt and Jay Lethal. Just testing out that tag team, and they went okay. So 73 rated for that. And now since Explosion actually is its own show, it gets its own attendance. So it's not taped before Impact, it's taped the day after Impact. So we get it gets its own attendance now. And you can see 1,632 showed up. And the week before was 1,200. That was in Puerto Rico. That's probably why. But yeah, so you can see we get 8,200 for the Impact show, 1,600 for Explosion. So you're actually earning that little bit more revenue per month from your ticket sales. We won't really know how much that's kind of doing until we compare at the end of the month. It's going to be hard to compare to October anyway because we had our big Bout for Glory. But we could probably compare with September and August, etc., and kind of take a comparison, see how much our ticket sales, you know, has improved with the added addition of, well, 1,600 tickets per week being added on. So surely our revenue stream will increase, which you can see we don't have that much money. So increasing our revenue is got to be one of our prime objectives going forward. But that's pretty much all we've got here. We might continue on and get into our Impact show for this week. And we'll go ahead and book it, and we'll show you some of the results. Okay, so let's get into it. We've got Bobby Roode, Eric Young having a promo against Team 3D, 78 rated. A hype video hyping up Goldberg and Jeff Jarrett, 83. Started the show off with Christian, the Peep Show. He had Muhammad Hassan as his special guest, and those two had a big argument. They end up brawling as well. 100 rated segment. Excellent way to kind of end things and prepare for their huge match again. The big rematch, and that's going to be exciting. Alex Shelley went one-on-one with Marufuji, and Shelley 83 rated performance. Marufuji 77. Certainly Marufuji, someone we probably should be using a little bit more, and he had a pretty impressive performance in the end, and 79 overall match. Very good. Samoa Joe had a promo on AJ Styles. And AJ, well, we had a match against AJ and Kevin Nash. I noticed that Kevin Nash only had one more appearance left on his contract. So I figured, why not? Let's do it. Let's give AJ a win. And AJ actually carried him to an 81 rated match. Can you believe that? AJ 87, Kevin Nash 51. And somehow they had a pretty good matchup in the end. But yeah, so AJ got the win. And afterwards, Joe tried to do a sneak attack on AJ, but AJ countered and got the upper hand in the end, 88 there. Cesaro, he lost to Austin Aries thanks to Roderick Strong running in and attacking Cesaro and screwing him over. Cesaro 77 rated, Aries 79, so Aries actually had a better in-ring singles performance than Cesaro. That's quite interesting to know. Then we had Awesome Kong and Gail Kim beating up Melina backstage. So Melina was getting ready for an appearance, and she was doing her makeup or whatever, and well, she got ambushed by Kong and Kim. Rebecca Knox versus Beth Phoenix. So this is their rivalry that we've been going on. I figured we probably won't have time to do it on the pay-per-view, so let's do it on Impact. 71 rated between the two, actually pretty good. 67 from Knox, Phoenix 54. We gave Beth the victory because I figured that we do need another heel coming through. I mean, we got Awesome Kong, but we're going to need someone soon to take on Melina, so let's try and build Beth up into that role, although her skill's probably not there. Heyman had a promo against Jeff Jarrett, 86, and our main event was Lashley versus Abyss. We gave Abyss the victory over Lashley. Obviously, Lashley is on his way out for a while, so we are having him job out just a little bit, but it's just so we can advance some of our storylines, get some of our guys some wins. And Lashley is obviously not involved in anything right now. And afterwards, Sting and Abyss had a big brawl after they started fighting all around the arena. So a big brawl to close the show out and go off the air. So 86 for that. Overall, 86 rated show. Happy with that. Pretty good. So yeah, it was our go-home show before our next pay-per-view. And we weren't trying to do too much out of this world, but enough to kind of, you know, get there. What we might do now is we'll get ready for our Explosion episode. We'll book the Explosion and then we'll show you some of the results just before we get into our next pay-per-view, which is going to be Genesis. Let's take a look. Kevin Nash is gone. Perry Saturn released. So Perry Saturn is available. 40 years old, so he's a bit old. His skill's not too bad. He's not bad in-ring worker. 53 popularity. That's okay. 53 is not too bad. 4.68 TV rating for Impact. That's pretty good. And everyone praising Shelley. Wow, a lot of praise for Shelley. And Marufuji, a bit of praise as well. So there you go. I want to quickly check AJ. Let's see if he bumped up any... Yeah, maybe a little bit. 73 now. I don't know if he was already that, but I feel like that he wasn't, and that might be a slight little increase. Joe is about 73, 74, 75-ish, mainly 73. Probably going to have Joe win against AJ at the pay-per-view, just because I feel like Joe will be our next big star coming through. But if we can keep the two pretty level and keep them both strong and get them both into that main event role, that'd be fantastic. That's obviously going to be our long-term plan. But yeah, so AJ, a big win over Kevin Nash. Looks as though it did help him out pretty well. Alright, so we are going to get ready. We're going to do Explosion, but we'll advance a few more days after Explosion and show you the results. Okay, so we just have to quickly show you something in a moment. So we'll show you quickly Explosion. So we had contract signed between Rhino and Matt Morgan, Natalia Bitsurita. The Addiction tag team match against Motor City Machine Guns, 84 rated. Overall 79. Pretty good show. Nearly 700 in attendance. 0.44 rating. But the thing I want to show you, a couple things have gone down. But the main one, Mr. Kennedy, aka Ken Anderson, I should say. His contract is up for grabs. He's 30. The WWE want to sign him. Here is their offer, $15,000 per month for 3 years. We have a chance to get him. Now, I have always liked Mr. Kennedy. I think he's always been pretty good. Great on the mic, obviously. 84, 85 charisma, 84 mic, good acting, good star quality. That always helps. Good color. In-ring work, good brawler. Not bad chain wrestling. So he's not that bad. Good basics. Psychologies are down a little bit, but that's okay. For the most part, pretty good. So 60 popularity to go with it. I want to get him. I really would like to get Mr. Anderson on our roster. So I'm going to offer him a deal. I'm going to give a 5-year deal because he's only 30. So he's still got plenty of years in the tank. We'll see if we can get him. I don't know if we'll be able to, but we'll see. Signing bonus is too much. Okay, so she's not happy with the signing bonus. Signing bonus won't really matter too much. So I'll accept these terms and consider signings unless we get a better deal in the future. So we're in the driver's seat at the moment. Other couple of things. Stephanie McMahon gave birth. Val Venus's contract's up for grabs. 35 years of age. How much do we need to pay for him? About 12 grand plus. I don't really see a need for him. 58 popularity, not terrible, but I just don't see us really doing much with him. So I don't really want to pursue him at this point. I'd much rather bring in Ken Anderson, to be honest. So we won't make a bid on him, and everything else, not too much there. So, all right, well, let's get into Genesis in a moment's time. But let's hope, fingers crossed, we can get Mr. Anderson. Okay, so we are ready to go with our Genesis show. And here we go. So we started things off in our pre-show. Now, we don't have anything right now for Jeff Hardy or Monty Brown, so we wanted to get them both on the show though, just so they're not frustrated that they're not happy being used. So I also want to see how these two would match up. Jeff Hardy, 89 rated in-ring performance. I gotta say, that's one of his best I've ever seen him do. They did lack some psychology, so 78 overall match. Brown, 75, still pretty good. But overall, really, actually, quite a decent match between the two. Jeff Hardy was really good. Homicide got a win over Matt Sydal. Yeah, Jeff Hardy won, by the way. Homicide got a win over Matt Sydal, 80 rated. So, again, just get these guys on the card. We did like a big backstage hangout backstage. So, like 8 guys that aren't on the show, we just put them in a segment just so they get on the card, essentially. Just one of those little things. You know how you'd watch a pay-per-view and everyone's sitting down, kind of got the TV in front of them, they're watching the pay-per-view, they're real pumped up, popcorn in hand, that type of segment. So yeah, just picture that with these guys in it. Start the show off in style, literally. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. I changed my mind. I want to do a 3-match series between these two men, and Samoa Joe won a Bound for Glory, so I wanted to give AJ Styles the win here to even it up and make it 1-1. So AJ Styles beat Samoa Joe in the Styles Clash, 96 rated match. What a way to start the show. Samoa Joe 94, AJ 88, and they have great chemistry, so just a freaking great match, really awesome stuff. So 96, great way to start. We didn't make the same mistake as we did last time. We learned from our mistakes. This match has to start, so there you go. Paul Heyman promo, 90 rated, ranting about Jeff Jarrett. Kings of Wrestling versus Aries and Strong, 80 rated matchup. Chris Hero, 93 rated performance. He was the best in the match. Aries is the next best with 83. And we gave the Kings of Wrestling a win because, you know, they just debuted, so we wanted to give them another win just to establish them. Muhammad Hassan promo of 91, talking about Christian, of course. And here's a title change. Now, this may surprise some of you, but we've gone for it. Rhino and Matt Morgan. We decided to give the title to Rhino. I'm still liking Matt Morgan a lot. In fact, Matt Morgan had the better in-ring performance compared to Rhino. But I'm just throwing Rhino a bone here. With Rhino is a really, I like Rhino. He's really good. His in-ring performances aren't special, not main event worthy at this stage. I don't know if he'll get there. But we've kind of treated him pretty shitty. So I want to throw him a bone and give him the Impact Global Championship. Give him a little bit of a run with it. I don't know how long, but just give him a bit of a run and let him shine. Give him an opportunity. Matt Morgan was champion for a little bit of time anyways. He's had a pretty decent reign with it already. Not so much on our Impact show, but he's a developmental now, a little bit on our show. So Rhino gets the win. We may give it back to Morgan in the future, but give Rhino a bit of a run, see how he goes. Jeff Jarrett promo of 91 on Goldberg. And here's the 3-on-1 handicap match. The Insane Asylum, Abyss, Test, and Kevin Thorne against Sting. Impossible for Sting to win this one. 3-on-1, Abyss carried, 91 rated, in-ring from Abyss. Sting, 60, Kevin Thorne, 54. And this is actually a little bit better. Test, 67. So Test, we've been saying throughout the series, long-term project. Hey, not too bad from Test, 67. 81 overall for a 3-on-1 handicap match. That was never going to end well for Sting. Turned out okay. And afterwards, so Abyss decides to keep attacking Sting. Then the lights go out, and Abyss is attacking Sting. The lights go out. When they come back on, Sting is gone. So you kind of see that sometimes with the Undertaker or whatever. It could be any wrestler, but the lights go out and Abyss disappears. Sting disappears. I'm really murdering this. And so Abyss can't keep attacking him. So there you go, 90 rated. That's actually a lot better than I expected. But so Abyss continues to attack Sting, but couldn't get the better of him after the match. 3-on-1. I think Sting might need some help. Now we went for a bit of a change as well. The plan was originally going to be Melina and Gail Kim 1-on-1, but we turned it into a fatal 4-way. I figured let's highlight some of our other women and use Melina and Gail Kim as a way to get a good match out of Rebecca Knox and Beth Phoenix as well. They already had their match on Impact, but I figured let's just do it again. So Melina, she defended her championship for the 3rd time. Also another way to break it up between Gail Kim and Melina. So I I believe Rebecca Knox took the fall. So actually, apparently it's elimination. So there you go. Whatever. Gail Kim was the last one eliminated. But a way to break it up between Kim and Melina a little bit, and just add something different. And overall 77. So that actually worked out pretty well. Then we had a Jeff Jarrett and Goldberg hype video. So we're about to see Jeff Jarrett and Goldberg one-on-one again. Let's see how this goes. I don't know how well it's going to go. 76. So we didn't have it go for too long. Only a 12-minute match. Goldberg's still tiring after a 12-minute match. Oh, for goodness sake, Goldberg. Really? You can't do 12 minutes. 12 freaking minutes. Well, somehow Jeff Jarrett had a 93 rated performance. Goldberg actually had a 78 in-ring performance, but still only 76. I'd say because of the match length, it was really brought down. Yeah, capped for the short match length. But we tried to go for a shorter match to get Goldberg not tiring and maybe get a better performance out of him. But in the end, it kind of capped us a little bit there. But Goldberg did get the win, of course. Fallen Angel promo on Alex Shelley. Now, we were always going to do this as a Fatal 4-Way, but we kind of did one earlier on the show, so we've kind of done 2 Fatal 4-Ways, so I apologize for that, but just kind of how it worked out. Only 79 rated in ring for this Fatal 4-Way between Fallen Angel, Kazarian, Shelley, and Sabin. Angel was good, 89, and here's actually another surprise. We're actually going to give Alex Shelley the TNA X Division Championship. So it was a Fatal 4-Way, and we put a ladder in there as well. So a Fatal 4-Way ladder match. And so Fallen Angel doesn't get pinned, doesn't submit, so he doesn't really, doesn't lose the title because of himself, keeps him strong. We also give Shelley the big win, and this way we may start transitioning Fallen Angel out of the X Division just for a little bit. Let's give him some opportunities against some other main event stars. And also, Alex Shelley can have legitimate feuds with some of our actual X Division stars, because Fallen Angel's so far ahead of everyone else in the X Division. He's even further ahead than Samoa Joe and AJ. That's how good Angel's going. So he's too far ahead of everyone else. This gives a chance for Angel to compete against stars on his own level, but also Alex Shelley can compete, and maybe we could see some more title changes or whatever against guys more on his level. So I feel like this might be a good chance to do that, and Angel doesn't really lose the title. He loses it because, Shelley grabbed the belt up high and Angel was down. So not a bad way to protect him. And then we had a Christian Cage promo. Wow, here's a good match. Team Canada and Team 3D. I actually nearly left this off the card because we were running out of time, and I kind of went, oh crap, we need to put this on the show. Team 3D defend the titles for the 3rd time. 90 rated. That's actually unbelievably really good. Eric Young was the worst of the match, but he didn't do that bad. 78 still. That's really good. That is actually really impressive. So those two teams killing it. I'm really genuinely shocked. I'm very happy though. That's great. Alright, then we did a video package hyping up Muhammad Hassan and Christian. Now, these two, as we, of course, famously found out about the Glory, these two have bad chemistry. Now, we've gone for an interesting finish to this match. So, this will be interesting. It could hurt the match. Let's check it out. It did. Okay, so 87 rated. Now, what we did is we had Christian Cage win by countout. It was a long match, yeah, 24 minutes, but then Muhammad Hassan, feeling as though, hey, I'm going to lose my belt here. I'm losing here. Takes the count out. Christian wins by count out. This gives us another excuse to do one more match between the two, have the 3rd match, and then Muhammad Hassan will probably win that, and then we can start to move these guys along, because we don't really want to start anything fresh right now. We're happy with what we've got going on here. Let's just drag this out a little bit longer because it's working so well. 86 from Hassan, 85 from Christian, 87 overall match. Unfortunately, the great storyline didn't get this above where it probably could have been. Their bad chemistry obviously brings it down, but we probably went the count out finish, and that's where we've gone wrong. But we had to do this to give us a little bit more opportunity to get the storyline going a little bit further. So overall, 89 rated show. With our excellent opener of 96, if we had had a big main event, we probably would have got our pay-per-view of the year. But because we went with the count out in the end, it hurt us, but in the long run, probably for the best. 89 rated. That's fantastic. You cannot be disappointed with that. So, of course, we'll give Samoa Joe and AJ some love. They definitely deserve that. And we might give Abyss some love because he carried that Sting match. So let's give them all some love. And yeah, so that is your Genesis pay-per-view. Long time coming, I know, but we've got there in the end. And I think we've got one more pay-per-view until the end of the year. Now, in between, we might do a special one night only in Japan or something like that, but that doesn't really count as a pay-per-view. But yes, so there you go. Let's take a look at the results here. Our pay-per-view buy rate. Michael Shane's contract is ending, so he could leave TNA. 57 rated popularity, pretty crappy in-ring skills. Match, his average rating is 64, which just isn't really good enough, is it, for our show. His match quality, to be fair, probably got brought down. We actually loaned him out to Japan for Finn Balor for a few weeks. So he had a few matches over in Japan just to kind of give him an opportunity, and you can see his average was 49 there. 71 his average is in TNA, so it's not that bad. So certainly Japan brought it down. His best is 77, that was against Kazarian. So not terrible. Probably not worth letting him go. He probably doesn't deserve to be let go. But yes, it's hard. Genesis 0.46 pay-per-view buy rate. That's pretty good. I don't know. I forget what our best is. We'll go ahead and quickly take a look. Our best is 0.52 Bound for Glory. So not that big of a difference there after Bound for Glory. So that's pretty positive news. So even though it's not our biggest pay-per-view of the year, we still had a really good buy rate after Bound for Glory. So Christian wants a pay rise. He was worth $46,000 now. He wants a $16,000 per month pay rise. Christian, my friend, you have earned every penny. Let's give him a full pay rise. Got to keep him happy. Got to keep our man happy. Update on Ken Kennedy. It's not looking good. WWE basically want him badly, and they're just giving him everything, and we just can't match it. Dixie won't let us go any higher. We've had to give him the max deal we can. He's getting 50% bonus per show, 10-year contract. We're telling him you're going to be a future main eventer. His push is never lower than upper mid-cut. We're doing everything we can to get this guy in, but it's not looking likely. I think he'll probably stay with the WWE at this point. So unfortunately, we gave it our best, but the WWE just offered too much money, and Dixie won't match it. Even though, Dixie, we've got money. We've got $5 million in the bank. Work with me. She doesn't want to. Does not want to. But yeah, so that's your Genesis show. Look, it's a good show overall. 89, 10,000 in attendance. Excellent stuff. Happy days. Got to be pleased with it overall. We are just continuing to grow and grow and grow. It's very positive news. We'll check out a few little popularity changes. Abyss still going excellent. AJ with his win bumped up a little bit further. Does Samoa Joe bump down? Wow, Joe took a big hit. Oh god, he's gone from 73 to 70. Oh man, that's not good. That's not good. Well, maybe we have to go with AJ. Maybe AJ has to get the overall win, or maybe we give Joe the win back, hopefully to even it out. But we're hoping that maybe AJ and Joe would stay around about the same. Joe might maybe takes a small hit, but not that much. That's huge. Anyone else? Bobby Roode still progressively moving up. Cesaro doing okay. Christian up to 90. You know, small little bump down after a few losses, but a count-out win doesn't really help him too much. Fallen Angel, despite the loss, I don't think he's going down. If anything, he's probably going up. He's still just rising up and up and up. Alex Shelley, though, he's moved to 65 and even 66 in a couple of regions as well. That's very positive. So Shelley, our new X Division champion, showing us that you know, he could be our next backbone of the division. Fortunately, Homicide's the other guy who's doing so well. Homicide's up to 71, 72. Wow, we've really got to do something with Homicide. Damn. But yeah, so he's another guy we need to keep on including there. We've got a lot of guys just doing really, really well, though. Kevin Thorne up to 60 after beating Sting, who's just at the moment at 80. Test up 69, so they've certainly got a bump up. Sting's bumped down a little bit, which is okay. Sting is the type of guy that can bounce back through promos and things like that, so we can use that and we can get him back there. But helping out Kevin Thorne and Test is pretty handy. But Sting definitely needs a partner. Muhammad Hassan, wow, he's 88, 87. So because he lost, I'm guessing it didn't work out too well for him. Wow, that's really bad. That's actually not good at all. What was he last month? So he was 89, even 90 last month, and now he's dropped down. So the count-out loss really hurt Hassan, which you wouldn't think it would, but it did. Alright, that's not good. That's not good at all. But, well, yeah, overall, it's probably not that positive of a baby, is it? It's kind of a bit of a letdown. We've kind of not going so well. We'll advance one more day. Yeah, that's not great. That's not great at all. That's pretty disappointing. So, unfortunately, we didn't really get the results we're after, and if anything, we've kind of messed up a little bit. Some of the guys that we've been building towards have gone down, and some of the guys we wanted to get up, yes, did go up, but overall, I don't know, it's hard to say. And let's take a look. Nunzio, his contract's up. No real interest, I don't care. Val Venus is staying around, and yeah, that's it. So, no news on Kennedy yet. I was hoping that he would sign with us before the episode ended, but doesn't seem to be the case. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the return of Total Extreme Wrestling. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know when we're going to see more episodes coming, regularly. We might try to do 1 or 2 a week for the next week or so until we get more of our 2K18 videos kind of done with. So stay tuned. I know you guys have been really asking me every day, where's the videos? There's going to be more coming, but it might just not be as regular as we were doing a little bit of, a month ago or so. So just bear with me. We'll be doing more very soon, but you just got to be a little bit more patient just for the next week or so. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next episode.